Guys, today I'm excited because we haven't seen a vehicle with this branding since 2013, and it was never like this. It's the 2024 Acura ZDX, and we have it in the A-Spec. Today, I'm going to take my very first test drive in it. Let's see what this vehicle has to offer. If you're interested in this ZDX, come check it out at smailacura.com. The exterior color of the ZDX is Mercury Silver Metallic. It's a beautiful silver color, I absolutely love it. And as you come around the front of the vehicle, you see how this kind of looks like one piece because it's all body color. And now I'm noticing as I get closer to the vehicle, and you look at that paint, there's silver metallic flakes in there. Really cool whenever the sun hits it. Just makes it look a little different no matter what angle you're looking at. You're gonna have those jewel eye LED headlights that Acura is really known for, that gigantic Acura logo in the center. And how about these daytime running lights really sticking out even during the daytime here. Coming around the side, you'll notice the 20-inch alloy wheels. It has glossy black finish in there with those chrome accents that really make the spokes stick out, and that Acura logo there in the center. Obviously, we have an all-electric vehicle here, so we have our charger right here and fast charging port down below. Pretty easy to just get into. You'll notice that the side view mirror here is actually blacked out. That's part of that A-Spec package. It has that turn signal indicator. And let's say I want to get into the car. Obviously, right now it's locked. If I just press the button right here, I have the key fob on me, it's going to unlock the door for me, and I can relock it. Simple as that. And of course, those are on the back doors as well. It actually has roof rails up top that are blacked out thanks to that A-Spec package. Coming around the back side of the ZDX, you have those LED taillights that kind of zigzag out here. It's really cool. If you look close, they kind of zigzag along the side. Really nice. You obviously have the A-Spec logo on the left-hand side, the ZDX logo on the right, and the all-wheel drive logo there, as well as the E for electric. Depending on the trim level of the ZDX, you can have up to 500 horsepower, and it has dual electric motor all-wheel drive. The range rating on the ZDX is 288 miles or higher, depending on drivetrain and trim. This particular trim has a range rating of 304 miles. It has a 4-year, 50,000-mile limited vehicle warranty. To get into the tailgate, all I have to do, press the button behind the Acura logo there, and you have an automatic tailgate all the way up. You have a lot of space in here for storing stuff. What I really love, this has some chrome inserts here. So if you're moving things in and out, you don't really have to worry about scratching up the back here. Underneath here, you have some additional storage. And let's check this out. There's actually on the left-hand side, if I want to put down these seats, I can just put down the left and the right seats just like that. And we have a ton more space in here. All right, so great trunk. Let's jump into the back seats and see how much space we got back there. Getting into the back seats, we actually have a lot of stuff back here. These are the premium Milano leather seats with micro suede inserts, and you can actually see that here. You have the red stitching with this is actually a suede, where this is the Milano leather perforated in there. Let's go ahead and get in. And these are comfortable back seats. They really feel nice and snug on you. You actually have that red stitching continuing on the door. On the back of these seats, you have some additional storage here. And on the other seat here, you have a little bit of storage here with some ventilation. You have 2 USB fast charging ports. You have 2 cup holders in this armrest. And my favorite thing about these back seats is this panoramic sunroof, right? Because I can look up, I have more visibility vertically. I feel like I have a lot of space back here. So that's awesome features in the back seat. Let's jump up front and then we'll get this thing on the road. Here we are in the front row of the ZDX for the first time, and man, everything looks different than what I'm used to. So let's just dive into this and put my foot on the brake, hit the engine start stop button, and obviously we don't have that engine noise when this kicks on because it's electric. We have a lot of stuff in front of me on the dashboard. It's a digital display fully. It has the miles per hour in the center there. It has your power and charge on the right, as well as your percentage of battery life on the left-hand side. On the left-hand side here, you have your parking brake And you have different drive modes here as well. Let's check those out for a second. When I hit this button here on the infotainment screen, you can see we have normal. If I hit up, we have snow. We have sport, individual, and back to normal driving modes. Maybe we'll test some of those out on the test drive, see what makes it a little bit different. So we have the lane keep assist active right now, as well as the auto hold. Let's explain what auto hold is here for a second. So when I'm in drive, I can take my foot off the brake and we're not coasting forward. But if I were to just inch forward here and then come to a complete stop again, auto hold's going to come up here on the dash. I can take my foot off the brake. I can rest. This is great for stop and go traffic. I can not have to be pressing in on the brake the entire time that I'm driving. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise control settings as well as our gap adjustment. So looks like we have the adaptive cruise control on here. We'll test that out on the test drive. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have a push to talk button. So we have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can connect to your phone to send text messages, you know, make phone calls, give yourself reminders, use your navigation. You can even use it to give yourself reminders, anything that would be compatible with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on your smart device, you can do through that button. We also have the button for our audio settings, as well as our heated steering wheel button. And this allows us to select into things. So we can hang up phone calls as well. The other thing that's really special about this is that in the A-Spec, you get this flat bottom steering wheel. You get that red stitched black perforated leather steering wheel as well that really is a very sporty feel. We have an 11.3 inch infotainment screen. You can obviously see, you can go to all your different settings here. You can actually turn your lights on and off from in here as well. It has auto high beams. You have your audio settings. You can have multiple things up here, but really you have all of your displayed information here in the infotainment screen. You have a lot of different stuff that you can go in and customize. We will save that for a test drive where we're with a salesperson. Maybe we can explain that a little bit better with them. AC settings down here. We have heated and cooled seats for the driver and passenger. You have your normal AC settings below that. Here's where you adjust your fan settings. Below that, though, we have two USB-C fast charging ports as well as a 12-volt charger there. We have a little bit of a grippier texture here, something for storing things. You also have an additional storage underneath that, which is nice. We have two cup holders up here as well as a wireless charger. Boom, right like that. We have my phone charging. Inside the armrest, we have a lot of room. This armrest goes about down to my elbow, just a little bit shy of that. You have a light in there as well. We have this giant panoramic sunroof here. If I just press this button, it's going to be able to tilt that. If I press this center button, it's going to move the shade all the way forward. I'm just going to leave it back for purposes of this video. We can also slide. So if I press up on this, it's going to slide that window all the way back there. Let's see if it can actually go back. Wow, that goes all the way back. That's great. That's actually something that you don't normally see, but that gives you a lot of air in this cabin. And speaking of which, you have a little windscreen up here that's going to protect you from any of the harsh winds, harsh wind noises, maybe bugs or things like that could fly into there. Up here we have a four-way flashers, SOS, OnStar, that type of stuff up there. Let's go on the road. Let's test some of the safety features out that we just talked about. So our shifter is actually a little different than what we're used to with Acura, because we normally have like a push button shifter here on the center dash, but we actually have more of a toggle here. We have a park, which is you press in on this button, a drive, which is you pull back and down, you pull straight back to go into neutral, and you push back and up to go into reverse. All right, guys, it's time for my favorite part of the test drive, getting it out on the road for the first time and seeing what kind of acceleration we have in the normal mode. Here we go. Whoa! All right. So we had a lot of acceleration, obviously incredibly quiet. Time to test out the turning radius. Wow, and that is actually a really nice tight turning radius. We stayed within the 2 lanes of the road there, and it just flipped right around very quickly, very smoothly. And here we go, sport mode. Yeah, and that's how we get up to speed really quickly. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that is giving off a really interesting sound too. It almost sounds like a spaceship or rocket ship just taking off. It's great. So I went ahead and activated my adaptive cruise control. I have it set to 54 miles per hour, and the vehicle in front of me is going slower. It's actually slowing down, 31, 30. Now we're down in the 20s. We're now speeding up to the vehicles in front of us that are stopped. It's bringing us down 20 miles per hour. So this will bring us all the way down to a complete stop behind those vehicles in front of me. I have my foot off of the accelerator and off of the brake, and I'm just trusting this vehicle to read the car in front of us and to adjust our speed accordingly. I also just activated the lane keep assist system. And what that's doing is, if I get over here to the left side of the lane, it's just inching the vehicle back into the lane. It's reading the lines of the road. It's actually doing it on the right side too. It's reading the lines of the road and keeping me within them. And with the adaptive cruise control set, this car is pretty much driving itself. You definitely want to stay attentive, but even switching lanes, if I turn on my turn signal, it's not gonna be disruptive with my turning or anything like that. But if I inch over here to the right again, it actually just inches you back in, and there's a little indicator on the dashboard, if you can see it down at the bottom below the speed, miles per hour. If I inch over here to the right and I go over the lines, there it is, flashing at me, turning orange, and saying, hey, pay attention. So once again, turning radius, just gonna turn us around within those 2 lanes, and let's see if we can catch up to these people to test out some of the other features. Wow, holy cow, that is just so fast. I'm really impressed by the limited road noise that I'm hearing in here as well. Not a lot of cars whooshing by us. Of course, we're a lot faster than a lot of them. Currently, I have somebody in my blind spot, and my mirror indicator is lit up. If I turn on my turn signal, that is now flashing at me and alerting me that there's somebody over there and that I should not make that left-hand turn, that it would cause an accident. So it's a great way that it's looking out for you while you're driving. So let's check out this backup camera. I'm gonna go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse. We obviously have projected lines that show us where our vehicle is headed behind us. Whenever I turn the steering wheel, those lines change. We also have some parking sensors, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back up past this spot, get close to one of our other Acura vehicles, and right there, it's just alerting me, hey, pay attention around you, there's a vehicle behind you. So the closer that I get, let's see if that changes. Yep, it changes to a different level there. Let's check one other thing out. So when we're in reverse and a vehicle is moving behind us, so there we have cross traffic monitoring. Whenever a vehicle is behind us and we're in reverse, it's going to tell us which side it's coming from and give us an audible alert. Really nice to have. So the Acura ZDX, obviously a great first installment for the electric lineup for Acura. If you are interested in this vehicle, come see us. We're right off Route 30 in Greensburg, or visit us online at smailacura.com. And until next time, enjoy the ride.